want you right now to look at your answer here, and your answer here. What do you notice? Before you share out loud, I want you to share with your group members what you notice about the answers for each. Go ahead. Awesome. All right, so who would like to share with me what they discussed? What did you notice about these answers here? What did you observe here? Chloe?
I noticed they are different.
They're each different, right? None of them are the same. Okay. What else did we notice? Zion?
I noticed that 170 is close to 173.
Oh, right. 170 and 173 are very close to each other. Okay. What else, Leonard?
I noticed that the second one, 120 and 173, they both got the same 107. They're not the same.
So you're telling me in 170 and 173, they both have a 1 in the hundreds and a 7 in the tens, right? Good. All right. So, hands down. Good job. So what this is showing you is that which one of these, rounding to the nearest 100 or rounding to the nearest 10, which one got us closer to our actual answer? Which one? Jamari?
Yeah.
Rounding to the nearest 10. Now there's not an actual correct answer of what you should round to, but sometimes when you round to your nearest 10, and sometimes when you round to your nearest 100, it will get you closer to what your actual answer is. Okay? And in this case, when we round it to our nearest 10, it's actually a lot closer to our actual answer. So what you guys are going to be doing, and what I expressed to you earlier, is we're going to be taking a look at rounding numbers. Give me a second, Cleo. We're going to be taking a look at rounding numbers, and you're going to think about rounding to the nearest 100 and nearest 10, and taking a look and see which one is closer to your actual. Okay? Now, I'm going to ask you this question. Rounding to the nearest 100, rounding to the nearest 10, which one was easier for you? Which one was easier for you to do? Rounding to the nearest 100 or rounding to the nearest 10? Okay? The hundreds, right? Good. This is mental math. 400 minus 200 is 200. So rounding to the nearest hundreds is usually easier for us to do mentally, but sometimes it might not get us closer to the actual answer. Good. Robin, question?
Well, if you add 160 and 190,
Well, we're not worried about sums right now, okay? All right, hang on. I love the hands, but we got to move on, okay? So some questions that might pop up, we'll see when we get here, okay? So what I want you to take a look at is problem number 2. So problem number 2. Read it for me, please, out loud. Shania Gain, nice and loud, please.
Robin and her mom drive out of state. They drive 283 kilometers before dinner. Then they drive 147 kilometers after dinner.
Good. All right, so this is a statement, right? It gave us some information. Circle, underline all your information that you need to go. Take 10 seconds. Circle, underline all that important information.
suffer that they drive 283 kilometers before dinner.
83 kilometers before dinner, okay.
And I'm not suffer that then they drive 447 kilometers after dinner.
Okay, very important. All right. So now those are some statements. Now let's look at our questions. In this first box here, we have question letter A. About how many more kilometers do they drive before dinner than after dinner by rounding to the nearest 10 kilometers? Ooh, lots of words in there. This word about, what is that a synonym for? What is that word about a synonym for, Isaiah?
The word about is the same.
The same as what?
The same as estimated.
The same as estimate or round. Very good. So, let's go ahead and let's box that in. Box it in. Oh, love it. That word about means the same thing as to round or to estimate. Okay. All right. I would like for you, with your group members, to talk about question letter A and talk about what operation you think you need to do. Maybe there's one, maybe there's two. Talk about what operation you need to do in order to complete letter A. Go ahead. Talk about what you're going to do. Oh, that's learn. This is Brenda. All right, I heard a few different things. Who would like to share with me what you think you're going to do? About how many more kilometers do they drive before dinner than after dinner by rounding to the nearest 10 kilometers? What do you think you're going to be doing? I need to see at least 2 hands from each group. Zion, what do you think?
I think you're going to subtract 283 minus 147.
Thumbs up if you agree. He says he thinks you're going to subtract 283 minus 147. Thumbs up if you agree. Why do you agree with him? Why do you agree with him? Jaleel? And what does how many more usually mean to do? Okay, so Jaleel said, wait a second, I see these words, how many more? And that means that's a clue word that we're going to subtract. Good. So I agree with you, Zion. But there's something else. So you're right. We're going to subtract, but there's something else. Isaiah, what else are we going to do?
We're going to round to the nearest 10.
Why, Isaiah?
Because it says by rounding to the nearest 10 kilometers.
Good, we have this word about, and it says we're going to round to the nearest 10 kilometers. Very good. So we're going to be subtracting, but we're also going to be rounding. Okay? So let's first set up our subtraction sentence. Give me our subtraction number sentence. Khalil?
283 kilometers
Good.
minus 147 kilometers.
Good. And kilometers is expressed with the unit km. That unit km. Okay, good. So we set up our subtraction sentence. And like you guys told me, we got to round. When we are finding estimated differences, we always need to round first before we subtract, right? So let's start here. 283 and 147. 283, what digit am I going to underline? What digit am I going to underline? Robin?
10.
10. So which digit is it?
The 8.
Good, the 8 in my tens place. Underline my place value. Look next door. I'm looking next door. Ooh, it's number 3. If it's 5 or more, raise the score 4 or less. What's it going to be? my tooth. Didn't touch my tooth. I'm gonna let my 8 and my 10s rest. I'm gonna keep it. And then after that is going to be 0. Okay? 283 rounded to my nearest 10, 280. So that's why we're following along. Okay? All right, I would like you with your group members to go ahead and round 147 kilometers to the nearest 10. Go ahead. Okay. All right, 147 kilometers rounded to my nearest 10. What did you get as a group? What did you get? Nazir.
150.
Anyone else get 150 kilometers? Okay, let's check. Underline my tens place. I'm rounding to my nearest 10. Look next door. The floor. Oh, I'm getting myself confused. 5 or more, raise the score. 4 or less, let it rest. Very good. We're going to raise the score. All right. Now we have a subtraction sentence that we can use. Go ahead independently by yourself. Subtract 280 minus 150 independently. I like that I see Nazir looking up at the anchor chart, reminding himself if he has any questions. He's looking up there, thinking about the steps. I see Nazir. He has, or not Nazir, Zion lining up his 1s, his 10s, his 100s. Yashua sitting patiently as he's waiting. Thank you. All right, what'd you get as answer? 280 minus 150 gives you what? Trey?
130.
I can hear you. 100 what?
130.
130 kilometers. Anyone else get 130 kilometers? Jamar, what did you get? Okay. Look in your ones. Circle your floor. Very good. If I go through it, 130. And I love that Trey not only said 130, he gave me my unit, 130 kilometers. Good. Okay? So we did everything we needed to do for part A. Now, take a look at part B. Michaela, read us part B out loud, please. Sydney, I need you to put your seat back and sit. Go ahead,
About
Michaela.
how many more kilometers do they drive before dinner? They after dinner by rounding to the nearest 100 kilometers.
Think you guys can do it?
Yes.
All right, go ahead and your group members do letter B. With your group members.
This is how
Okay, so what are we going to write down?
No. Two things. This 280.
So write it down.
What's the other number?